Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I've got a little bit of a layout share for you guys for the month of September. It is not huge. I've been concentrating a lot this month on just getting prepping kits and things like that together. So hopefully you've caught some of that content. If you're interested in those types of videos, I will make sure at the end to link the playlist for those videos in the event that you're wanting to see those. These I'm going to try to walk you through. I don't remember where I got the inspiration, but this one is very simple. It is a band design. I've just covered up some of the what some people might think is a little bit gory. So this is a bird hunting type layout. My husband is a bird hunter, and yeah, so this is really, I try to do one of these for his hunting season every year, and that's what this layout's for. This is using some fall papers that were left over. I think just lots of scraps, lots of strips. I probably talk through around what I would be using in one of my videos. I don't remember all that well. And then I just used a lot of the cut apart pages and cut apart like 3x4s, 4x6s to cut out some embellishments because I don't believe I had any embellishments. So that's what you see here in the clusters, the cut apart sheets here, all of this in the clusters using punches, using all the kinds of things that I have. I do have a pocket page, but again, it has some of the same motif and I don't have my little post-its on there, but trust me, it's back here. It's 2 pages, and just take my word for it. I just don't want to offend anybody. All right, so here is using the same scraps. I have another 2-pager. I was trying to do my best. I think maybe these last 2 were page maps, but I don't quote me. I'm not 100% sure. This one I have vague recollection of that, and it's using the same thing. So using the same kind of scraps here and here. This is all about our current dog before he came to us. So this is all photos from his either his previous owner or his foster mom before we got him. So I have some stories, but I don't have some stories, if you will. It's really going to be where he was before he came to us and when we got him. I think I've done a gotcha paper page before, so it won't be necessarily telling those stories, but I do like how I was able to incorporate, again, some of the cut aparts and some of the elements that I was able to fussy cut from the pieces of paper. Like you see here, I was able to layer them, which made me really happy because I love that look. So there's that one. Some of these I get better about jotting down where I got the idea. So these papers, it's I use this design a lot for 6x6 papers. So this was not using a sketch. I was just using 6x6 pattern paper leftovers. I did have chipboard for this particular collection. So I had this chipboard. Let me see, is there a chipboard anywhere else? I don't think so. Okay, and then I added a few stickers from my stash. There's a lot of fussy cutting on here. So there's fussy cutting here, 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 this one down here. And then I will tell you that is a doily from my stash. This is from my stash. These two are from a separate collection that was just, I took from sticker sheets, my extra sticker sheets there. This is a tag for just from my stash. This is also from just things that I have die cut that are sitting in my use it up bin, so I use that up. This was also, these two I believe were probably use it up in. This is just a telephone, just says hello. This is a little coffee cup because it's a layout about being away at a scrapbooking retreat, and that's what this is, like an old Reset Girl collection. And so the scissors obviously there, and the title again from my stash, all using things that I've been wanting to use up desperately. So there is that one. I love using that design for 6x6 papers that I want to use. Okay, so this is the page, using that Paige Evans tag paper. So I did incorporate I didn't incorporate any of the titles I picked, but I did end up finding because this was originally, I was just going to use white cardstock, and it just needed a little something. And I ended up finding this Paige Evans paper in my stash of kit, like papers for kit building. So I was able to pull that one, and I was able to use the reverse here to map my photos. So I did use some of the elements that if you remember, I pulled, when I was pulling the kits together, I was pulling when I was adding embellishments. You may see some of these. I didn't end up using all of the cards because there were, I think, 2 additional tags, not cards, tags. But you see, I tried to, this was a whole, like, it took me a little while to get things kind of placed where I thought they would complement the page a little bit more, because obviously I didn't want the tan on this tan. I wanted a little bit of emphasis so that the title would pop. So I think that does its job there. I did a little bit of embellishment here with wood veneer. I just backed that wood veneer word with this particular paper, and I think it does pop. It does pop off this green tag. And then I just added some additional puffies from my stash, and then finished it off, did some finishing touches with sequins here. So there is that one. And I backed the photos on Fun Foam. I can definitely tell that. All right, and then this one is one that is my most recent 12 by 12 layout. So I call this Happy Heart. Happy Heart. So these are all things from my stash. The inspiration for this was a sketch by Brandy Robinson from Crazy for Scrapbooking. So that's that. Let me just open this up. It will let me. And I ended up using some extra paper to kind of use in the background to wallpaper all of my paper. They were not particularly flimsy, but I just like that extra support just when I'm cutting things. It helps me line it up and all of that, but definitely not a flimsy layout by any means. So this was, I knew this one was going to be a 2-pager just because it is photo heavy. I do have things that I used 2 full sheets of paper here, and then I backed my photos, matted them in some white cardstock. I ended up using the tag here, and all of these things. This is chipboard. This is chipboard here. all from my stash. This one on that tag layout, there was a couple of strips of these tags, so I have them like I had them kind of left over here, and so I ended up just cutting them apart. They'll be ready to put away when it's time to kind of clean off my desk here, but for right now they're gonna live there. I ended up adding some sequence here, the geo tag up here on this tag that I use to journal. I was having a hard time trying to figure out where I was going to place my title. I originally had the title over here, then I moved it over here, but it didn't quite fit horizontally. Oh my God, horizontal. It's been a long day. It didn't fit horizontally. It didn't roll off my tongue and it didn't sound right. Oh my God. Oh, I did not want to edit this video. I may just leave it in. You guys will have a laugh on my tiredness. I woke up at 4 o'clock this morning. What can I say? All right. So I have a little bit of a tag here that I use for my stash. Oh, some more chipboard here that I just peeled the layers. Remember how I taught you that trick? You just peel off the layers off the chipboard if you're not a fan of the dimension. I did go into my stash and grab these black enamel hearts here and here just to be able to complement it from over here. Take that shape all across the layout. I did pull in some puffies. These were ones that I pulled when I put the kit together. And then at the last minute, I did have a picture that was left over and I decided to just punch it out because my dad kept making funny faces in all of the selfies. Like I have a gazillion selfies trying to take like a picture. No, this was not a selfie. It was just to take a picture of them. But I had tried a few selfies and he kept giving me dirty looks, and that's not him. So this is him, like normal. So I decided to include that. So I'm like, people look through our albums are going to think he's like, you know, this mean guy or mean looking guy. Too funny. He gets into these things. So the other thing that I worked on, and I hope the glare isn't horrible, and I apologize ahead of time if it is. Let me just take a look here. Oof, it's a little rough, but I'm going to try to lower it a little bit. Maybe it won't be as bad over here. Okay. So, I have noticed that in the last few years, I have been able to do my December, they're not really December dailies, but my December documented. I like doing them in this format. I also enjoy doing them in regular 12 by 12, but I had already started 2021 and I still had not chronicled the 2022 photos. So this is the other thing I worked on during this last month, and I thought it would be a good opportunity to show you all. These, I will say, this is not using any collection. This is just using stash. So papers, they are not meant to go together with the embellishments that you see because I did not use any collections for this particular 2022 December daily. So what you're going to see in here is the mishmash of different papers, and then a mishmash of different embellishments that I've tried to kind of complement those papers. So here's 2022. I've kept it really simple. Like I just added this particular band down here, kept it really simple. This, again, all from my stash. This is not one giant piece of paper. It's just the little houses with this black background. And I found this strip of things. It went in. These are all, I did go through and pull from my pocket cards to make sure that because I had them separate for some reason, and so now all of my Christmas stuff is now all my embellishments are together. So I'm just gonna do this because I could spend all day. So I try to chronicle a little bit of everything during during, like feeling all the feels, right? Sometimes I'll do screenshots. Sometimes I'll do, like in this particular case, I did just a screenshot of the weather on that particular day, a screenshot of a series that I was watching that had gotten released during the time that I was binge watching it. Some additional things, I did find some things with my state in a couple of areas here. So that was really cute. I just found it online, not a big deal. I took a picture of kind of the weather outside being frightful and me just wrapping some gifts. And then more things that obviously we were watching, or just some general quotes and thoughts. So we were doing a whole lot of watching of the World Cup during December of 2022. And then this beautiful quote about, the sentiment of Christmas. This is just some photos of kind of the decor around my house during Christmas time. And yeah, it just helps me to remember. We switch it up every year, so it's a little different. It's not always the same. This was an amaryllis that I think my husband, I can't remember, somebody bought it. Somebody brought it home, and so I took pictures of it as in the different stages during the month of December. Some more decor pictures here and here. And yeah, all of our stuff getting ready to do some of that decoration. Here is our main tree during the month of December. We do have a smaller second tree that we put up with all of our, we tend to put our travel ornaments, but we don't always stick to that. We do like to collect travel ornaments wherever we go. So this is more about the setup for like family dinners, like formal family dinners for around the holidays. This happens around, we always host Christmas Eve. So there's that. This particular year, we decided to make some empanadas with my mom. It really helps me to not have to be at work. I start getting a little creative and wanting to do things like domesticated family stuff. And here's my husband making his infamous lasagna. It is something that the family looks forward to every year. So we either have it for Christmas or New Year's. This particular time it was for Christmas Eve that we were hosting. And this is just him and I, because I was still, at this point, I was still about a month in from recovering from shoulder surgery. So he was doing a lot of the cooking. And then here's our family picture. Here's our couple picture. Here's the picture of my husband with our girls. And this, I still have the journal on here. This was an unexpected expense. We ended up having to replace all of the garage doors that year. Merry Christmas to us. And then this is us opening presents on Christmas Eve. We open presents when we get together with our families. So I just have that chronicled, special gifts that were given to us. This is something new. I hope you can see it. This is something new that I've been doing this year. I had a bunch of these 2x2 cards. And I love the way that this looks, and I decided to add it to this one, and then I'll show you. These are some of the Christmas cards. I always keep the ones that are handmade or have photos, and then I'm going to show you the one that I did. This one is not as pretty, but you'll see that I use those kind of same 2x2 papers or cards to kind of put in there. So I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but oof, it felt like a lot. Like I did quite a bit. This was an accomplishment. I obviously really enjoyed once I kind of got started, because I was putting it off, as you can imagine. I still have 2023 to do. Hopefully I will get to that. This is just an Echo Park album that I got on sale somewhere. I don't remember. But I do like this format of the 6x8. So my friends, that is it. That is what I have completed this month. And I hope that you'll come back. We should have a lot more layouts for the month of October. And so for now, I want to thank you so much for watching, and until next time.